The next part of our syllabus talks about graded work. Here is a summary of the assignments that you will be doing in this class. There are quite a few. You can take a look at the table to look at the specific assignments themselves. But in a nutshell, you'll be introducing yourself to the class, to each other. You'll be taking several chapter quizzes. There will be assignments associated with various units in the course. There will be discussion posts and journal entries as we've discussed before. There will be a Bloom's taxonomy assignment, which we will explain later. The major project for the course is the ethical viewpoints assignment. And we have a final reflection, final exam, and an end of course survey. The total number of points that you could earn in this course, if you were to earn a perfect score on every assignment, would be 1,325 points. The chart that appears next simply outlines each one of the chapter assignments in detail. So this chart is not an additional list of assignments. It actually just reiterates what many of these assignments are. So it tells you specifically what the topic is, what the discussion post topics will be, what the journal post topics will be. So take a look at that to see more specifically what those assignments will entail. Again, that second chart is not an additional chart. It only reiterates what was previously presented in the chart above. Here is a very important piece, and we are on page 5 of our syllabus. This is how you earn your grade. Well, let me back up. Let me say that more specifically. This is the scale that tells you the range for an A, a B, a C, a D, and what falls below D. So remember earlier I told you that if you earned all points, had perfect scores on all of your assignments, you would earn 1,325 points. That's obviously an A in the class. But you don't have to earn perfect scores on all of your assignments to earn an A. This chart shows you that if you earn anywhere between 1,193 and 1,325 points, that means you will have earned 90 to 100%, and you will have earned an A. This chart tells you how many points you need to make an A, to make a B, to make a C, to pass the course, or what point under which you would fail the course. I know people in the class are not going to shoot for that at all. I'm going to do everything in my power to help you remain successful from the beginning to the end. Just under the grading scale chart, you'll see a description of the graded work. So all of the different assignments that we saw up here, those are listed so that you can see exactly what kind of assignments they will be. So take a few minutes to read that. For example, what would the chapter assignments be like? What is the academic mapping assignment like? How many quizzes will there be? What are the purposes of the discussion board posts or the journal entries? These descriptions provide that information for you. The next item is pretty important. How do you check your grades? What about progress reports? And are there going to be comments on my work from the instructor? Let's find out. First, to check your grades, let's go over to the grade column, scroll down, and you're going to see a link that says My Grades. Let's click on that. When you click on it, you're going to see a list of all of the assignments, quizzes, papers, everything that we're going to be doing in this class. We're going to do a lot. Can you see that? Now, after you have completed one of those, they will be graded, and then your grade will show up over on this side. And you can see that each quiz is worth 20 points. So when this quiz is graded, if there's a perfect score, there's going to be a 20 over 20. Or if the person missed one, there's going to be an 18 over 20. You can see what your grades are over here. If you're wondering, well, what kind of grade is 18 over 20? What does that mean? What's the percentage? Simply divide your top number by your bottom number, and the first two numbers after the decimal point will be your percentage. So I've taken out my calculator. Let's just try that. Let's say, for instance, on my Chapter 1 quiz, I just missed 1. So my grade over here turned out to be 18 over 20. How do I make a percentage out of that? Let's do 18 divided by 20. My grade is a 90. The first two numbers after the decimal point. We know that there's no number there, so we can assume it's a 0. That's a 90 on that quiz. Let's say that I made a 16 out of 20. Take my 16 divided by 20. My grade is an 80. Now, you can say to yourself, you know what? I don't think I like that 80. I think I can do better on that quiz. Remember I told you can take the quizzes 2 times. So that second time, you have an opportunity to do better. What if you don't do better? What if you end up making the same grade or worse? The computer will automatically take the highest grade and record it. As the semester progresses, all of these grades will be filled in with something. But please note that there are at least 2 times during the semester that you will receive a progress report. So not only can you keep up with the grades that you have in your My Grades section, but I'm going to be averaging those grades for you and showing you at least 2 times throughout the semester before the semester is over what your grade is at that current time. One thing about my grading in this course is that I read everyone's work. It's quite a lot, but I try to get in every single opportunity to read what you write in the discussion board posts, in your journal entries, and in any of the other assignments that are part of the course. You may earn a perfect score on an assignment, but that does not mean you should not look for my feedback. There's a way that you can find it. So let's go there and see. I'm going to click on Courses. I'll pick one of my Learning Framework courses, and I'm going to switch to Student Preview. This helps me see what students see when they go into Blackboard. So if I'm a student, I'm going to scroll down to My Grades. And as I showed you earlier, you'll see the listing of every single one of our assignments. You'll see if it's upcoming or if it's already something that we've done. Most importantly, you'll see how much each one of those assignments is worth. Something else that you will see when you click on your actual grade book to see what your grades are, you're going to see something like this. This is a sample from another class where the teacher has graded lots of assignments, and I want you to pay attention to this little bubble right here. If you, as a student, click on that bubble, you will get to see what the instructor gave you as far as feedback. That is very important. Again, just because you earned a passing score, maybe even a perfect score, in my class, you should always click that bubble to see what kind of feedback I provided.